You gave up on love, I'm here to change your mind, rearrange your vibes. Those are my intentions, not to waste your time. Change your last name to the same as mine. Gonna take my time and get to know you first. For some strange reason you didn't know your worth. Bad relationships, it seem all you know is hurt. Wasn't raised off love, so I'll show you first. So you say your heart's broken, that can never mend, but I'll put the pieces back together then. Vacation you don't never gotta spend. Where you never been, you'll feel better then. Yeah, girl, I'm trying to see what's up with you. Gave up on my hoes up just for you. Put your trust in me, I put my trust in you. True relationship goals, being friends and lovers too.
I've been running on love all day. I've been running on trust, and you know
ladies and gentlemen, Brandon went outside the box. I got two special guests today. I got respected culture in the building. You know, RT also goes by RTC. Two amazing artists out of Queens. You know, they making some real. They blazing some trails out here. They making some noise out here. They dropping some real heavy hitting records. The visuals behind them are crazy. So enough of my talking, and I'm gonna go ahead and let the guys take the show. What's going on, brothers? How y'all doing today?
Yeah, well, we're live. So now the man's DJ Prymetyme, respect the culture, RTC. You already know what it is. Queens, North Side. You know what I mean? What's up?
Represent, represent. So, all right. So, listen, let's go ahead and get started. I got a couple of questions for you guys today. I know you got a very hectic schedule today, you know, so we're not going to keep you on the line for too long, you know. But first, I'd like to say, tell us a little bit about respect the culture as far as your sound. You know, what was your, you know, what cultivated you guys' sound to get it to where it is today?
Nah, we grew up in a household where there was so much diversity as far as music. So, you know, my mom's gospel, my father would play rock and roll, country, you know, Motown, my sister's in the R&B. So we could pull from so many different genres as far as our music. So our music, I wouldn't say it's gumbo, like we just mix every little thing and just put it all together. I wouldn't say that, but we are diverse as artists. You know, we can do, you know, love ballads. You know, we're into, you know, lyrical records, storytelling, heavily into, you know, club records because Prime's a DJ, you know, things of that nature. So our music would be a good, diverse, you know, sound, you know, if you really listen to our catalog, you know, that we provide.
Definitely. I agree with that.
Facts.
I'm sorry, Prime.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying we're next to each other. So if y'all hear like I don't know extra feedback, I just want to make sure, you know, we're not hearing extra feedback. You know what I mean? We go with the levels.
Now we clean. We clean.
I bet. Yeah, yeah, our sound is really, you know, I think it's unique, you know what I mean? But, you know, nothing's really new under the sun as far as music. You know, everything inspires the next, you know. But I guess that's what separates the innovators from the, you know, I guess regular artists, you know what I mean? But I think as far as our sound, we are, you know, we're kind of like, you know, I originally, like I said, I'm a DJ. So, you know, I was just normally, you know, just rocking clubs and, you know, doing things like that. So as far as the sound, I'm already kind of like, I started out when I started doing music and making songs. I was like, all right, I need some songs to play, you know what I mean? To, you know, get the parties that I'm DJing moving. So originally it started out with just party music. So real up
Right.
tempo, not even real up tempo, but mainly it was up tempo at first and a lot of energy, fun, you know what I mean? And then it just developed into just, I guess, real artistry. So we just really was like, all right, well, now let's make some slow songs. Let's make songs where I don't have to, you know, raise my voice and, you know, do the DJ voice, DJ,
Right.
time, da 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 da. You know what I mean? So then I had to really, you know, get into my rap voice and really like, all right, now I'm making an R&B song. So now I'm not yelling on the track as a DJ. I'm rapping, you know what I mean, on songs like an artist, you know, and which I consider myself an artist now because I got a couple songs under my belt and a
Yes.
couple, you know, 16s. So, but as far as the music, like I said, it's a culmination of party music, um, R&B, really any sound that, you know, we, you know, can adapt to. Like I said, we're not, you know, you can't really put us in a box, you know, like as far as our sound, you can't really put us in a box. you know, because we can do the party music. I can do the R&B. I can do the, you know, the love ballads, you know, and so it really ranges. You know, like I said, it's a real gumbo pot worth of, you know, flavor when it comes to respect culture and a lot of nostalgia. Because most people will say, well, not most people, some people have said, like, yeah, you know, some of the beats you may have picked and that is dated, you know, and that's just certain people's opinion. Um, but then when certain people hear the same exact song, they go, wow, this feels nostalgic. It feels like a 90s, you know, type of vibe, but it's a updated sound. So I'm like, yeah, you know, it's nostalgic. So it's not dated, you know what I mean? It's nostalgic. And that's kind of where I like, you know, make the, you know, draw the kind of, you know, line in the sand, like, yeah, it's nostalgic. You know, our music doesn't sound dated. Our music, I think, it ages pretty well. But as far as that, yeah, nostalgic. So we definitely have a
Agreed.
nostalgic type of feel. And it's like I said, it's in the name, culture, you know what I mean? So it's definitely paying homage to where it started and where it's going.
Agreed, agreed. And I want to ask you, you know, with you saying that discussing your style and of how you is like a gumbo pot, right? My what I've noticed is that you guys put a lot of emphasis on your hooks, you know, your choruses, you know, and I love the choruses that you guys come with because to me, you know, I grew up in a time where music was it had substance. You know, it wasn't just throwing something out there, you know, something that you just thought of in 5 minutes, like you actually put some thought into it. And when I hear you guys records, it sounds like you guys actually put some thought into it. So what is your my question is do you spend a lot of time with your hooks, or is that not something that you really like? You really focus on, like how do you more or less how do you structure your songs? Because they sound they sound like you guys sitting in with Quincy Jones or Diddy or you know you got somebody, you got a writers guild over there or something like that. Like it's very
See, and I see.
it's structured very well. So you know, tell us more about your writing styles.
Yeah, I'll go first. But I'll let Classic go and in depth. But yeah, as far as the hook, yeah, we do put a lot of work into the hook because as a DJ, I'm always like, well, what do I want to hear immediately when a song comes on, or what am I hearing immediately when uh, a song comes on the radio or a song passes by, you know, a car passes by blasting music and it's plays from the beginning. You really have about 15 to maybe 20 seconds to catch somebody's attention, or they'll change the station, you know, change the station or skip the track. You know, if my song randomly comes on, you know, I need the beat to catch you, and then that's 10-second mark really. And then once you get to the 15, 20 seconds, then the hook has to catch you. If the hook is not catchy and memorable, or, you know, very distinctive sonically, then they're gonna skip you. You know, can we curse ahead?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, nah, because I'm like I said, I'm about to do a radio, you know, interview up at with Drewski at Hot 97 type thing. So
Yo, you could this is a free space. It's a safe
yeah,
space. You can
yeah,
speak
nah.
your mind
So
right
that's why
here.
I'm like, yeah, I'm the radio host, so I'm like, I didn't want to curse, but nah, but basically, yeah, when you yeah, I kind of lost my track. When you do the hook, when I do my hooks, and you know, Classic, we do our hooks, we write our hooks together. We don't write our verses, you know, our verses. He don't give me lines, I don't give him lines, you know. But when we're in the same space and we're working, we do come together collectively to write on the hook. But
Mhm.
then, you know, that's kind of really how, you know, we really emphasize, like, all right,
That's the layer to it.
yeah, that's one of the layers to it. He can tap in on the other layers.
Okay, so yeah, so Brian, you go ahead,
Yeah,
lay
nah,
it.
it's like yeah,
You know, yeah, challenge our man, so he calls my government name.
nice.
Oh,
No,
my bad,
with
my
Quincy
bad.
Jones.
Classic, my bad, my brother.
Yeah,
Sorry for everybody out there. Brian is a really good close friend of mine. You know, known him for a long time. You know, so
it's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
so I'm sorry, but yeah, go ahead, my brother.
Nah, but to put it simple, you know, Quincy Jones did tell Mike. You know, remember how Michael Jackson's like, yo, he had that song, "Enjoy Yourself," "Enjoy Yourself." That was a key catchphrase that was used during that time period. Enjoy yourself. So he made a hook out of "Enjoy Yourself." So it's like you want to make hooks out of common catchphrases and you want it to be catchy enough that if I'm performing it, I can put the mic out into the crowd and they will want to repeat it. So the beat has to be really catchy. And once the beat is really catchy, sometimes the words will just come to me. A catchphrase that could be turned into a hook that could be catchy enough to captivate the audience and the listeners. So that's the simplest way I can explain that. But that's one of the formulas, for our hook-driven hooks. But at the same time, like, I feel like they don't focus on that anymore because the bar is kind of set low as far as that aspect of songwriting.
Right.
So when we do it, it's like, all right, you put a little bit more effort into it in comparison to other people. But there are plenty of artists who do what we do and focus on the hook, the melodies. We love when Diddy and Bad Boy was doing it for all their various artists. And, that's one of the people who we looked at like, okay, that's a template that should be followed, that should be honored, that should be, recognized as one of the greatest production people to really do it with the hooks and, the concepts and the beats, and the structure.
The structure, yes.
Hit.
Yeah, to make a hit, right.
Which is subjective.
Correct.
Which is subjective because, even what I think, even when I, or me at Klassic, we think that a song is a hit, like, yeah, this hook is ironclad. It's, and yeah, it's subjective, you know what I mean? So, but we do follow structures like, all right, catchphrase, all right, melody, the way you say it, rhythm, all these things play a part, but there is structure and there is, very intricacy in making these songs and, emphasizing on how the hook has to be strong. And a lot of hooks, not to brag, but a lot of hooks come from my first couple bars. So a lot of like the Birthday Drip song, I remember like maybe the first two lines or line was the start of my verse. And then Klassic would be like, yo, that should sound good. You know what I'm saying? Yo, matter of fact, that sounds like a statement, so that needs to be a chant. That needs to be repeated, so then that's what I'd be like, forget it. All right, here, I take that line and I just throw it to the hook. And then he'll come up with something when I'm like, in his verse, I'm like, yeah, nah, that sounds like that should be in the hook. Then he'll be like, all right, I'll take that line out, throw it in the hook, and then we'll just rewrite it and rework it till it's like really, I call it Instagram. Oh man, it's 1:30. My man Talon got the Moet. I hear that. It's happy hour somewhere. But,
man, listen, it's we in the desert. I must stay hydrated, my brother. I must stay hydrated.
That's a fact.
You feel me? But yeah, what I hear is that you guys, there's a method to your madness, and I love anybody who is calculated, that puts a lot of thought into what they do, and it really reflects in you guys' music. It reflects in you guys' videos, so being that you are men of thought, my question is, obviously you're not just doing this just to rap or just to have a hot song on the radio. There's obviously a bigger picture. There's a bigger vision for the label, RTC, Respect the Culture. What are some of your goals for your label that you guys plan on rolling out, I guess in the next few years?
Yeah, like Klassic was saying, yeah, as far as the the bigger picture, definitely we ain't doing this for a hobby. It's definitely, we try to do this to keep the lights on. You know what I mean? This shit ain't a hobby for us. So we want to take it. Like I said, I do want to do the clothing. Definitely a big merch person. I do want to do the merch. I do want to do the so many ideas. Yeah, merch and what else? Yeah.
We want to do, record label stuff. We want to
make artists,
clothing line, do real estate. Me and myself and him. We also want to act. I write films. I want to direct films. I want to own like a movie company. I want to do everything. And I know I sound nuts. To be
not at all.
Sometimes I have to be pulled back.
Definitely do
Big Aries energy.
Have to really be crazy enough and delusional enough to want to chase your dreams and really, go out and try to execute it. Whether it's, trying to be a rapper, trying to be a ball player, trying to be a real estate. That's another thing. Real estate. Definitely want to get into real estate. But yeah, if you want to be a real estate agent, you want to be a nurse, you want to be a doctor, you want to be, a lash technician. Shit, you want to be a stripper. If that's your dream, going on a limb and taking that leap, of faith to go out and chase it in the society of, negativity and just doubt and listening to a lot of critics, because there's a lot of critics, um, then yeah, no, I commend you for chasing your dream. But it ain't an easy road. It's the climb to the top is definitely not a 1, 2, 3 thing. You're gonna get knocked down. You're gonna have to pick yourself back up. You're gonna experience detours and
Right.
potholes and curveballs and from life and all those other things. So it's
Like they
I
say,
definitely
fall 7 times, stand up 8, right?
for the fact though.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So so let's jump outside the music for a second, because I know that 24 hours out the day. I mean, which I know you guys are on your job, but I know that there's other aspects, like you mentioned. The writing, the filmmaking, the acting. The merchandise. Getting into clothing. There's many different facets to you guys, right? So individually or collectively, what are some of your interests outside of music? What are some of the things that you guys do outside from dropping some of these hot ass records like Running on Love?
Yeah, no. We just answered it. We're just trying to find multiple streams of revenue. Do the real estate. We're interested in real estate. Like I said, heavily into filming. I want to learn how to direct. I want to learn how to do all these things. Like, I'm also a published author, so I have books that I want to put out as well.
Humble brag.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
A little shameless plug.
DJs. Try to get a radio station. There's so many different things that we think about 24/7, and we are delusional enough to attempt to execute them all. And I know it's very hard to, do multiple things, but I feel like I could chew gum and walk at the same time. I could do this. You ain't never seen a talent like me. Not to boost, my own ego or anything like that.
Talk your
but
shit.
I really feel like the world ain't seen nothing like me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be acting. I'm gonna be rapping. I'm gonna be directing. I'm gonna be in films. And my brother's gonna do so many things. From DJing, producing.
I mean, don't speak for me.
No, I like to speak for him. I like to speak for him.
We definitely are. We're definitely always usually, that's my brother, so we're always in sync. So we have our own mind, but we're always literally always in the same parallel, same type of agreement. But the acting, like if you saw the beginning of the birthday trip, the acting scenes, it was fun. I didn't really, it came natural, but yeah, I necessarily, no, the thing is, yeah, I can't even lie. Like I said, I'm not opposed to acting, like I said, the music, but no, I'm also, like I said, I just turned into like a gym rat, these past 6 months during the, pandemic.
Nice.
It was getting your health in order, and not even just talking about physical, I'm talking about mental. So I was in the gym,
100%.
So I'm definitely like in the gym like now, really working and really doing that. I post my pictures on Instagram, show a little progress, but I hate to be that total douchey gym person. Every day they're in the gym, literally every exercise they're showing you, and turn into that whole
every
thing.
every curl, every bench press.
Every curl, every bench. Now I'll give you, maybe a month. You know what I'm saying? A month, like, all right, this is what I did this month. You know what I mean? And things like that. Literally, I don't have time to pick up the camera to show me show y'all what I'm working on. I
Right.
literally have to. I want to focus on doing the actual workouts and then show y'all the progress later. But don't get me wrong. I'm definitely once I get the full body, you know what I'm saying, that I want, then I'm definitely turned into the super creepy gym trainer. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm taking on clients, I'm taking on y'all girlfriends and wives, you know, and I'm really gonna
Oh,
be do the
gonna be
fitness instructor thing. But nah,
you,
I ain't mess with nobody's wives. But
hey
girlfriends,
Prime,
yes.
you gonna be that guy at church on Sunday morning with no shirt on?
Facts. No shirt poppy. Hopefully
No
this summer. Body still loaded.
Yeah, I love. Okay, so and you know what? I love that because let me tell you something. It don't make sense for everybody who's listening out there. It don't make sense to get the money, secure the bag, however you want to word it, just to you make all the money just to enjoy it for 5 years because your arteries are clogged and your heart is about to stop any minute. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't make sense to work this hard to get to where you're trying to go just for it to be short-lived when you get there. That don't make sense. You know, but you mentioned that you guys are brothers, right? So I got a two-part question, right? One, what is one of the for both of you guys? What are one of the wildest childhood or most fun or wildest childhood memories that you guys remember growing up? The second part of the question is, what are one of the wildest experiences that you've dealt with in this path to success in the music industry?
I guess I'll go first.
All right.
Wildest wildest childhood memory or funnest. I guess I'll go with I don't know, man. It's like it's you know, because there's definitely been a lot of like drama and trauma, like serious trauma, like you know, losing friends and you know what I mean, and you know, going to parties and getting shot at, things like that. You know, and losing friends. You know, I had a friend who died. You know, rest in peace, Ricky Williams. You know, he came to a party I was DJing at, and then, you know, the fight broke out, and then, you know, somebody shot and killed him right in front of me. You know what I mean? I was 18, 19, and then, you know, watched him die in front of us, you know, in front
Mm,
of me. And
mm.
my brother was there as well. So, you know, there's definitely been real, you know, real life shit that happened, and you know, it definitely traumatizes you, and but you really gotta, you know, try to focus on the positive, and you know, appreciate the good, but also acknowledge the bad, because if you just try to just you know, it's you know, we're really a desensitized people. We often just be like, oh well, niggas die every day, b, you know, people get
Mm,
shot every day, b, you know,
mm.
yeah, you got shot, but did you die though? You know what I mean? A lot of people like to minimize the, you know, the bad, but always glorify the good. So with me, you're gonna get the good, you're gonna see the bad, you're gonna see when I win, you're probably gonna see when I lose more, because there's a lot of losing on the way up. Um,
Say
there's
that. Say that. Say that.
so many losses, you know. But then when the win comes, I do expect y'all to applaud. You know what I mean? I do expect for my peoples and whoever's watching my Instagram and social media, I do expect y'all to clap, because when it's my turn, well, when it's not my turn and it's y'all turn, I'm definitely clapping. I'm dropping likes. I'm leaving comments. I'm sharing, because you know it's free. You know what I mean? And it goes you know,
A
it
long
goes a
way.
long way to support. You know what I mean? So that's definitely probably one. And I guess you want to go to the fun moment,
Well, it's not.
or wildest.
Well, it's not. Well, it's a mixture of it being wild, but I can laugh at it now because I had a.
More or less. You can laugh at it now.
You can laugh at it now. Now, long story short, I used to go to school in Brooklyn all the time. I was raised in Queens, but I went to school in Brooklyn a lot. So when I first transferred over to Queens, I went to 192 junior high. First day of junior high.
Woo! 192.
Yeah, first day I'm
Woo!
there, and
Oh, you was on the island.
yeah, back then. What? So, I'm walking past, walking with one of my mutual friends. We walk in. He's showing me the ropes around, 192. I ended up looking at somebody the wrong way, I guess. I don't know. And he's like, "Yeah, what the f you looking at?" And I'm just like, "What?" You know what I mean? Like, all right, but niggas can get in. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't looking at you funny or nothing like that. After school, I see the same dude, and I'm waiting on my friend to come out. So my friend comes out, and the guy who I had issues with earlier on pulls out a gun on me. Oh, what was that? What was that? You was talking earlier, blah 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 blah. You know, so you know, I'm 7th grade, junior high school. Like I'm not fighting no gun. You know what I mean? So then this was back then when they robbed the shoes off your feet. So he looks at my friend's Jordans,
walking home with socks on,
and was like, "Yo, what size you wear?" So my friend was like, "Well, I wear an 8 or something, whatever he said." So he was like, "Yo, give me your shoes. Those are fresh. Give me those shoes. I want the shoes." He took my friend's shoes. Then he looks at my shoes and was like, "Nah, I don't want yours. Get out of here."
Nah, he ain't telling the story. He ain't telling that last part. That's the funniest part.
This piece is missing.
Talent. Because, you know, growing up, like I said, which taps into, you know, our fashion thing. You know, I'm a real fashion type of dude. You know what I mean? Like a real designer junkie, but also I create, you know what I mean? I create the drip. I create the swag. But the funny part of that story, which wasn't funny at the time, but it's funny now to laugh at it. But when he robbed his man's of the Jordans, he looked at Klassic, and Klassic said to the guy, "Oh, so you want my shoes too?" And the nigga was like, "Nigga, I don't want them Shaq Nosises. Y'all remember the Shaq Nosises? The black and white with the swirl?" You know what I'm saying? It's popular now, but back then,
those epileptic shoes.
Yo, definitely look like orthopedic shoes, but they're in style now. But back then, it was Jordans, you know what I'm saying, Air Maxes, you know, stuff that gets your face cut for, you know what I mean? So it was that story became funny later because then when the Shaq Gnosis sneakers came out like maybe 7 years ago, it was popular. And even now it's probably still popular. So that was a not so funny story, but a wild story that became funny. Yeah.
See, people don't understand. Growing up in New York in the 90s, that was a different time. You know, I remember you could get, man, listen, you could get into a fight on Jamaica Ave for having too many straps on your JanSport. Am I?
Yeah, we on the Ave now. You know what I'm saying? Like I walk, like I said, I walk around with my chains on, you know what I'm saying? And not because I'm the toughest, roughest, you know what I'm saying, nigga on the block.
You got love.
It ain't the 90s. You know, in the 90s, I respected the 90s. Like, you know, I was, you know, I'm not that old, but I was definitely a little shorty on the bus, you know what I'm saying, 11, 12 years old going to the Ave. But even then, my little gold chain, you know, little bit tucked. Nah.
Never lie. And
respect the culture.
And it makes sense. And it makes sense because I see you guys, you got your head on a swivel while you out there too. You know, you checking around, you know. I want to end on the most the most important aspect note of this whole entire interview. Let's talk about Running on Love. Running on Love is a record that these two gentlemen have out right now, DJ Pryme and Klassic, you know, Respect the Culture, featuring
Kiana Holmes.
Featuring, I was bringing it there. I'm shouting out to featuring Kiana Holmes, which her voice is flawless on that record. The visuals are flawless. Like I had commented, you know, on your YouTube channel, the visuals were very complimentary of the record, you know, and I find that in this time right now, a lot of videos are cool, right? They look good, they got big budgets behind them, but they don't correlate with the record. They don't gel with the record. It's like it's almost like they're trolling us because it doesn't even fit, you know, it doesn't even connect. However, you guys' record, it set the whole tone. Like even before you even did the video when we were talking about Running on Love, I had even told you, like, when this song opens up, it has such tone setting vibe to it, you know, like it's almost like when you get home after a long day running around and handling your business and you pop a bottle of this and you turn on your sound, and you pour up. That's what that feels like when that record comes on, man.
Big vibe. It's a big vibe.
It's so vibey. So guys, so tell me about what it was like working with Amari and I forgot the other directors. And Walu, you know, tell me what it was like working with him. Tell me what it was like working with Kiana. Just give me some details about that, because that record is phenomenal, and I know it's about to do numbers.
Appreciate that, man. We hope so. Yeah, now Walu's the director. Amari, he's a part of the production team. Yeah, producer and Capital Management Media. That's their company. Now those guys are super talented. Those guys, they worked with Wale, and but when we first got hip to them like a couple years ago, maybe like 5-6 years ago, it was they did a Wale video, like two Wale videos, Tory Lane video, you know,
Mm,
Mama.
dope.
So
Dope.
was already 21 Savage. No, I mean they got a hot go. You can go to their page and click their highlight reel. You know what I mean? But nah, when we really was like I feel like every project, every song, we try to get better. We try to set the bar. You know what I mean? Because we're living in a generation of quantity over quality. So most people, like I said, and this is not a slight to any other music and videos, but now it's like the music is more or less like just a white background, repeated loops, you know, in the house. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, it's not even taking a shot at those videos like the drill sound. The drill sound is really you get the BMB, you invite the whole gang over, you invite the girls over, you put the guns at the cameraman, and you know what I'm saying, and keep relooping the scene. And it ain't, and that's that style, and that I appreciate that style. I'm not taking shots at that, but
Right.
more or less the video aspect, it's more just one location, one outfit, uh one location, one outfit, one camera angle or two camera angles, and then you see the video, and once it gets past the first verse, you're like, oh, they're just relooping the same scenes I saw in the beginning. It doesn't really tell a story,
Hmm.
and some songs don't have it, because if it's a song that's just you know a fly by night type of song, or it's just that type of song where it's just a vibey, singy, whatever type of song, then it may not need a full cinematic storytelling video. But for
Mm.
us, when we have those songs, we try not to give people same reloop scenes and really try to tell a story. I try to get multiple locations in as possible,
Right,
and
right,
that
right,
brings up
right.
the budget. But we definitely do try to set the bar with videos and
I
material
mean,
and
and you
everything.
can see it.
And
And you can see it. You can see it.
and running on love, running on love. It came out. Now it came out great. Like Classic. I guess you have to tell the first part of how we even got you know the beat and the concept, and how he reached out to Kiana first. So you would
Mm.
but you can't tell the actual site, what I mean, the actual, whatever, contact, but
Yeah, let's we can keep whatever classified that need to stay classified.
Now I heard the beat, and as soon as I heard the beat, the words started coming. I was just like, yo, we need a singer. And a lot of the singers, it's very hard to find a singer who's serious, a singer
Who actually sings?
who can actually sing and not
Mm. Mm.
not
Just
not
hold a note.
yeah, yeah.
But not taking a slight at that.
Yeah, I'm not taking no slights at anybody who just hold notes. I'm talking about a person who actually sings, who knows notes like F sharp. I'm a singing F sharp, and then
Mm.
I'm a singing
Mm.
B this and that. Like know the mechanics on how to really sing.
Right,
And Kiana
right.
Holmes, we saw her. It was great because she can sing. She works for Broadway, with Barry Gordy and them. She
Shout out
works for
Kiana
Disney.
Holmes.
She sings, cartoon hits. Like she is very diverse as far as singing. So we was like, if we can pull that in with what we do, then this will be, in our opinion, a very magical love ballad, classic, timeless kind of song.
and when we say timeless, we, like I said, well, timeless, it does sound like a 90s type of song, like 90s, but it's a modern day version of a 90s song that we think it feels like a 90s type of song, where it's really two rappers, or a rapper and a singer, and what I mean, that whole aspect. So no, Kiana Holmes, she's like I said, she was fresh out of Berkeley College, like
Mm.
literally have degrees in music, so we just some dudes from the the hood, you know what I'm saying. We just we have a musical background, but we play she plays instruments. She plays the piano, like classical music,
Mm-hmm.
and she's literally like she reads notes. Like I hear notes, and I'm like, oh, I know how I want to sound. She will tell you like, yeah, no, you're in an F sharp, you're in a whatever B sharp. So that's where
She
it's
speaks the language of music.
yeah, she speaks the language, so she's very eclectic in music. Like she has the background. She even records her own self. So when we
Wow.
reached out to
Wow.
her, yeah, when we reached out to her, we sent her the concept of the song and
Mm-hmm.
the idea, and we sent it to her. So then when she sent it back, um, I gotta keep it real. I gotta keep it real. You know what I'm saying, Kiana? I love you, but nah, when she sent it back,
It was all right.
at first, I'm telling like it is. I tell it to her face all the time. But yeah, when I heard it, I wasn't impressed. Not impressed. I wasn't wowed.
Really?
Like
Really?
it didn't blow me away.
Mm,
And
mm,
I'm a hard
mm.
critic. I'm a hard critic on myself.
Right.
So
So you
in my
expect greatness
music,
of others.
yeah, and but I heard her voice. I was just like, oh, that's just probably a like an engineer, like a engineer thing. Like it's that needs to be turned up. I hear her voice. Her voice was beautiful. You know what I mean? It was just, the way she engineered it. It just didn't wow me as far as production and the
Okay.
sound, type of thing. So sonically, it
Okay.
didn't. Yeah, sonically, it didn't wow me. But her
Okay.
voice was like, oh wow, she has something. And
But
I heard her
you can
sing.
hear the talent.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I heard the potential. I heard her actual voice. I'm like, oh, she can. I know. I'm like, yo, she can actually sing. So my whole thing was, I was like, all right, I'm not really wowed too much, with what she wrote. Well, no, not with what she wrote, but how it sounded. What she wrote was great, and we was just like, damn, if we could just get in the studio in person and we can vibe and really mesh ideas and really collab, I think it would be great. I think it would, and as fate so have it, she's a Broadway actress. She was in New York, well,
Mm.
coming to New York to do a show, or no, not a show, because this is during COVID. She was doing like press runs and behind the scenes, viral, you know Zoom videos and stuff like that. So she was
Right.
like, oh, well, I'll be able, I can come to the studio. And I was just like, word? All right. You know what I mean? We record in the hood. You know what I'm saying? We record in the Bobby's, we recorded Bobby Schmurder's hood. You know what I mean? So,
In the
you know,
trenches.
yeah, the trenches deep in Brooklyn. The studio's great, but it's in the, like, it feels like the trap. So now she pulled up like real princess, like cardigan on, flip flop sandals, like really looking like a,
she she pull
real
up like the
R&B
queen of hip
singer.
hop and R&B.
Yeah, so she came really like just really like, and it, like by herself, like really by herself, and I was just like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Impressive.
so we got in the studio, and then once we got in the studio, and then she started singing in front of like, a real, in a real studio. It was like, oh, it's a no brainer. Like she's a star. We have to sign her. You know, let's do this. So she already had a lot of the words written, and
Mm,
then we came
mm.
and was like, all right, well, let's break it down. Let's rework it. And then we reworked it, all three of us together, and came melodies and everything, and that's how
Wow,
the
wow.
product. Yeah, that's how the product came out. And then after that one song, she was just like, she's fresh out of college and she's been on tour, acting on Broadway. She was just kind of like, I've never, had a chance to do original music. I've done covers and things like that, and I've been singing, musically Broadway and all this other stuff in shows. So she was just really inspired, by working with us, and we was inspired by her and her sound, because I'm like, yo, I'm a DJ, so an R&B song wouldn't be my first single. You know what I mean? It would be,
Mm-hmm.
the club songs, the birthday
Right,
trips,
right, right, right.
you missed
Club
out,
Cash.
Club Cash App. But it was so great. I was just like, nah, y'all about to get these 90s vibes. You know what I'm saying? Y'all about to get these 90s vibes. Grown man, R&B, you know what I mean? We really,
About to get
so
this
her,
R&B work.
yeah, so her talent and her voice alone is so unique. It really feels like a 90s Maya, Anne-Marie, you know what I'm saying? But she's,
Agreed.
she's literally a
Agreed.
Disney princess. She's literally plays a Disney princess at Disney World, but she has edge to her. She can, she's very,
Open
very,
to.
yeah, very open to ideas, and she's like I said, she's quick because she's musically trained, so she's like adapted very quick. and she just really just kind of hit the ground running. So then we just end up cutting like 2 more tracks that night, and yeah, I've been working ever since.
Gotta love working with a down to earth professional.
For the facts, true professional.
True professional. So
Yeah, just
guys,
like how
I'm just oh yeah.
yeah, with the director, Walu and Omari, usually when we do videos, me and Prime are usually the ones who's coming up with the treatment for the videos. Like Birthday Drip, we came up with the treatment. Okay, this is what the storyline is going to be. We're going to execute it like this because, like I said earlier, I write scripts and I want to direct, so I have the eye for it.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as Walu and Amari and them, they also have an eye for it as well. They're professionals too. That we respect. So I let them take the lead more so on that. I had a crazy idea for it, but I like what they presented, and it matched visually to what we did, musically, sonically. So when I do a song and I envision a video, I have to find a director who can execute that vision or get close to it
100%.
or is able to shoot it, and we can mesh everything together to make it look like
yes,
one mesh project. So
so
that's what he did. He was professional. We had fun on set. Everybody had masks on. We had food. We shout out to the model who's in the video, Ashley. We had balcony scenes. We had
freezing on the balcony. If you look closely, like if you want to do like real intricate, like all right, like a live reaction video to the song, and you like pause on some of the frames when I'm outside, it was so cold that my nose was getting a little red, and I'm like, yo, fam, there isn't no makeup artist here, My nose is getting red. I'm looking like Rudolph. I'm freezing. The wind, we're up 18 stories, and the wind is whipping while we're on the balcony doing
You can
this,
tell.
But it gave us that 90s feel of Kiana's hair blowing in the wind, and it worked out. But no, it was that video.
Her fur was blowing and all that.
The fur, mink dragon.
Hair
blowing in the wind.
Yeah.
There literally wasn't a fan behind the camera. It was literally the New York City, Brooklyn, Williamsburg, downtown Williamsburg, bridge by the water air.
It was all natural New York.
All natural facts. You know what I'm saying? You smell the gun smoke and the weed. The gun smoke and the weed.
The gun smoke and the runts.
and the gentrification. Yeah, facts. Walking in the park. Yeah, in the park scene, gentrified. Dog. Just that whole area is just so modern, and there are people walking their dogs. They taking poops and they not even picking it up, just so it's like
black people with a wraith.
Yeah.
These guys got chains on, and they're doing a video next to a wraith. Like no, I called the cops on them.
Literally, they called
the cops on us. The cops rushed the set and was like, "Yo,
gotta be kidding.
Gotta go." We're not hurting anybody.
We're parked on a dead end
street. Not blocking traffic, no one's around,
Damn.
They called a bunch of police, and it was a whole thing.
5 complaints, 6 complaints. So,
we
got most of the footage. So,
is that unusual? Is that unusual to see a black man with 18-karat chain on with a $500,000 car? Is that unusual?
I guess it's not. No, it's not. It's not. It's actually pretty common nowadays because everybody got chains and wraiths and.
Rolex
is actually pretty common, but to see it, one would assume, oh, these guys must be ball players or rappers. And in this instant, they were right because we are rappers.
And we don't care. Just don't call the cops.
Just call the cops. Like I said, it's not like I've been away. Yeah, I don't care what you. Yeah, I don't care. Walk your damn dog. Just don't bother us. But guerrilla shooting.
So that was it.
And guys, you really came out with something phenomenal. I really love how it was well put together. Like you said, every element that you were looking to capture, it was well illustrated with the camera and the cinematography, the lighting. I'm gonna give you what I took away from that. I'm gonna be real with you fellas. Before you told me that Walu and Omari shot it, I thought y'all got with Hype Williams. I'm not even gonna lie. I really thought that y'all sat down with Hype. Because no, seriously, because if you guys, you study the game and you study different aspects of the different elements of the game, right? Hype Williams, one of his most powerful aspects of his cinematography was his inclusion of contrasting colors, and how and using that to paint the picture where you don't have to say so much, but you're still saying something. It's still saying it's saying a message. That's what I took away from that. Then that skyline that you had behind you guys, it was majestic. That's the best word I could even use behind that. It was majestic. You can see the real.
Did you see the Easter egg on the balcony scene that it was unplanned, but it turned out dope. In the background of the balcony scene, I think you can see it. You literally see there's a building behind us with the Black Lives Matter, in big lights on the building, side of a building, like big Black Lives Matter light up skyline behind us, and we was just like, wow, that was unplanned, but it was definitely what was going on at the time when we shot the video. So yeah,
Right.
definitely a few Easter eggs in there, definitely. But definitely that balcony scene, you can see in the background behind us, you see the Black Lives Matter light up down there in Brooklyn on the side. You can definitely see that.
I knew that was Brooklyn. I knew that was Brooklyn. When I saw those cobblestone streets, I knew that was Brooklyn. Had to be. Yeah, man. But so last question, right? And after this, I'm gonna let you guys get to your very very congested schedule today. All right. My last question is, what would your advice be to any artist out there, or just a creator? What would your advice be for anyone who is looking to move the needle and get off of square one? Because for everybody, my audience, my community, these two guys, these two young men, these two brothers right here, they have been through many different valleys and peaks with this game. They've put in a lot of time. They've put in a lot of blood, sweat, tears. Well, not tears, but they put in a lot of time into it, money. They've taken losses as they've already told you, with personal losses, financial losses. It's been a lot that's to get to this place. However, as you can see, they still standing strong. Everybody's skin glowing, everybody looking exfoliated. You know what I'm saying? I don't see a gray hair popping up. Yeah. So my question is, what would your advice be to any artist who is trying to get off of square one?
Um, uh, to be honest, it's really the cliche things to say. Um, just try. You know what I'm saying? Usually me and my brother's personality, we're more like we'll try it. You know what I'm saying? We'll chase our dreams. We want to do acting? We'll do that. Oh, you want to rap? Oh yeah, we'll do that. We'll try it. But for us, we swing for the fences. Like I try to hit a grand slam. Like it's either a grand slam or I'm striking out. So what I would say for anybody who's starting a business, a new career, even if you are, like I said, you're never too old to learn something new, I would just say, just start. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of like the snowball effect. Me personally, I normally try to make the boulder and then throw it down the hill and then makes it even bigger avalanche, but what's easier and what we've learned during the pandemic and just going through life and financial losses and mental and all this other curveballs that are going to happen. And if you are lucky enough to not have all those setbacks, the setbacks will come. So knowing that it's an uphill battle, all you have to do is kind of just throw the snowball down the hill and it will pick up momentum. Start here. Then once you get this done, then you get the next part done. And then when you get that, the next thing you know, you look up, you're like, oh, I got half of the building built. You know what I'm saying? I got the first floor, I got the second. All right, I'm almost done. Next thing you know, you look up, you know what I'm saying? The house is built. So really the snowball effect, you kind of just, start small and then
I
let it
love
pick
that
up,
start.
keep building. And eventually you will definitely get to a point, not to the point where you may be successful or whatever, but you will definitely look back and say, well, I definitely am further than I was when I started. And it wasn't like, all right, big strides, So that's like the baseball thing. I go for grand slams, but you just have to hit the ball and get on first base. And then next thing you know, you get to second, third, and eventually you might get home. So
I love that's strong. That's strong.
Yeah, and to piggyback off of that, the simplest way I'll put it, every year, me and this guy make up a list of all the goals we want to set for that year.
Write them down, literally.
Write them down. And every month that passes, you chip at it. Next thing you know it, when the year is done, you're going to look back every month of what you wrote down that you've accomplished, no matter how big, no matter how small it is. And by the time you reach to the end of the year, the end of the 12 months, you're going to read everything you've accomplished January, February, March, April, May. Once you get to to December, you're going to look up and say, yo, I've really accomplished a lot. And I see it because I listed it. I really chipped away every step of the way, from the small, humble beginnings all the way to the end of the year and the
Right.
bigger stuff that I've set and I've accomplished.
Right.
So
Right.
that's a
Right.
good
Right.
way to have like a measuring stick of, what I've done for the year and how I progressed. And you'll have proof that you progressed. And you'll feel happy about that progression because you see it. So
That's a
that's
solid.
what I can give.
That's a solid response, because I'm very big on that as well. You got to make sure that you detail your plan. Especially when we get to this age, we got so much going on our day to day, that if you don't document what the goal or what the game plan is, it'll get pushed to the back of your mind, and then before you know it, you're not working on you're not working on the things that's most important. Guys, I want to thank you so much for your time. I appreciate that you sitting down with us at Outside the Box today. I wish that we had more time, but but on this road to success, we got to divide ourselves and our time in many different ways. So thank you so much for sitting down with us. I just say, do you have any, give us any shout outs, and let us know where they can find any of your music, what platforms, your any of your music can be found, and do we got anything on the way?
Yeah, my Instagram, Klassic with a K _ RTC. Um, go follow our Respect the Culture page, Respect the Culture. Yeah, Respect the Culture Records. That's our Instagram. You can find all of our stuff there. The link is in the bio, from the YouTube, the videos and the songs, all the Spotify, all the stuff is there. So
Okay.
Running on Love, the new single, available everywhere on all digital streaming platform services. The video is out because I know people always like, oh, we want visuals. This is a visual, it's a visual world now. So the visuals are out on YouTube.
birthday.
Like, leave a comment, and subscribe. That's the easiest thing you can do to support anybody, because anybody who's doing a business and is trying to run a business, from music to whatever, they're going to have some type of YouTube platform to promote their business. So the best
Correct.
thing you can do to subscribe, if you're not going to spend $1.29 to buy this damn song Running on Love, which is on iTunes and Amazon and all these other,
Go get it.
platforms, if you're not, at least leave a comment, and subscribe. That's the easiest thing you can do. If that's the minimum thing you can do, if you really support and you really fuck with us, you really can just do that. It's very simple. I don't really ask too much people, but if you do want to support, and you know what I mean, even if you don't want to support, you know what I mean, the music's hot. You know what I mean? Stop hating. You know what I mean? Like,
Agree.
I be liking
Yeah.
other people and stuff, and you know what I mean? I drop comments, like, even my enemies, like, if I see them, you know what I'm saying, like, doing something and the song is hot, shit, I might even click like, you know what I'm saying? I'll give them credit, like, yeah, nah, it's hot, you know what I mean? So, it doesn't cost anything to support. But yeah, Running on Love, the video's out now. Shout out to Kiana Holmes. Birthday Drip with Fresher, that video's out now. I have 2 videos for Birthday Drip because we did so much with Birthday Drip. We have 2 videos, one with the director's cut, so we have a director's cut and a regular cut. And
Okay.
yeah, like I said, we are definitely on social media. Respect the Culture Records, DJ Prymetyme, RTC, spell the primes with Y's. Uh, yeah, that's really it. That's really it, man.
So go follow DJ Prymetyme at Instagram. Go make sure you go like and go like birthday drip. Make sure you like following on love, running on love.
Shout
Make
out
sure
my
you
man
go.
Fresher, yes sir. He just dropped a new video. He dropped a new video.
Shout out to
Juice.
Fresher.
He got Juice. He just dropped a new video. Juice. Go check that out on YouTube. You can support multiple people at the same time.
There
It
we
ain't a
go. There we
competition. You know what
go.
I'm saying?
There we go. There we go. Support Fresher. Support his new single that he just got out. He was crazy on birthday drip. You know, his energy was unmatched. You know, I love that one as well. We'll talk when we have you guys on the show another time. We'll discuss birthday drip another time because I know that's a whole nother, you know, something. But yeah, listen. So go follow Classic.
We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about next time we come back. Hopefully the remix will be done, but the remix is definitely in the works.
Yeah, and I can't.
Definitely in the works.
So make sure. Listen, if you are a fan of Outside the Box and you rock with me, make sure you go follow Classic RTC. Make sure you go follow DJ Prymetyme. Make sure you go follow Respected Culture Records. Go run them views up for their latest single, running on Love, featuring Kiana Holmes. It's crazy, guys. Thank you so much for your time. Much love. I wish you much prosperity, peace and love and blessings.